What is the definition of a thriller in art, especially a psychological thriller? Well, whether the medium is in literature or motion pictures, the writing itself utilizes precise suspense and silence, tension and conflicts, and plot twists revealing unreliable characters. All the while following a relatable protagonist and an antagonist with a meaningful layered past, all in a world and time that has to have a stage of agency. The psychological thriller itself examines the minds and behaviors of characters questioning the stability of their reality. And note that the psychological thriller differentiates itself from science fiction as elements and events commit themselves to the possibility of occurring in our reality. The organizing structure of the numerous stories that exist in the thriller genre, um, they differ, of course, but nonetheless, there are three fundamentals that underlie um, every thriller. The first element has to be that there are plot turns and twists. The second element is the narrator or significant character becomes unreliable through memory flaws, lies, and paranoia. The third element is the principle of the familiar. The world, the setting has to be home-like, especially with the characters in the psychological thriller. This genre has to feature an environment that is relatable with our own moral dilemmas, mental states, and backgrounds that make the audience believe that they've experienced this before. And when a thriller is successful, they reflect immediately that could happen to me. Successful psychological thrillers are also able to maintain this tension in silence by withholding a knowledge from the audience to have them become more inquisitive, more inquiring, especially how the characters are supposed to pivot in an unfavorable situation. And the situations characters encounter in this genre happen as scenarios that, again, are believable as the characters themselves, because those situations, like us, um, possibly in those situations, those characters themselves don't have all the knowledge that would allow them to succeed or survive, at least easily. So the description of why and how a character becomes unreliable also generates the turn and twist in the plot, as more empathy is going to be manufactured through the provision of having to know the motivation for the broken character. And those three elements typically make the psychological thriller. So next time you watch or read a psychological thriller, find out how it relates to you.